Hello again guys, welcome sa ITS. Dun sa last na video natin, meron tayo nung graph na ito. So gamit yung Lagrangian interpolation, nagawa natin yung graph na yan. Meron niyang code na ganito. Okay? So we use the Lagrangian interpolation method to do this code. Dito sa baba, ito po yung code ng Lagrangian interpolation. Kung hindi nyo pa napanood yung Lagrangian interpolation, ilalagay ko na lang sa description box or dyan sa taas ng screen nyo yung link para alam nyo or mapanood nyo yung Lagrangian interpolation. Ngayon guys, ang gagawin natin, medyo papaikliin lang natin yung code na yan. Kasi of course sa atin naman guys, napakahirap i-memorize yung pi of x and so on. So in this video, we're going to have interpolation in Python using SciPy. If you don't have SciPy dun sa Python nyo, this is a bit of instruction. First, you need to open your command prompt or just type cmd and i-type nyo yung code na to. Pip install SciPy and wait for its download. Of course, madadownload nyo yan kung meron kang internet. Introduction muna tayo, what is SciPy? SciPy is a free open source Python library used for scientific computing and technical computing. It contains modules for optimization, linear algebra, integration, interpolation, signals and image processing, ODE solver, and other tasks. Kung titingnan natin yung sa may introduction niya, meron tayo ng word na interpolation. So, kayang gawin yun ni SciPy. And maraming interpolation facilities ang available sa SciPy. Just like for data, we can have 1D interpolation, 2D interpolation, and other higher dimension na interpolation. In this tutorial, gagawin muna natin is the 1D interpolation, and we're going to use interp 1D. The 1D class in SciPy interpolate is a convenient method to create a function based on fixed data point. Okay, so same with the Lagrangian interpolation, we need a fixed data point or ito po yung known data points, which can be evaluated anywhere within the domain defined by the given data point using linear interpolation. Okay guys, using SciPy, we are going to recreate the graph na nakita nyo kanina and tignan nyo kung ano yung mas gusto nyo na code dun sa dalawa. Okay, so kailangan nating mag-graph guys. So ibig sabihin, kailangan nating import yung matplotlib for the graph. Then, import natin yung NumPy. Okay, so we have here the first array, yung X array natin. Then, we have Y array. Tapos, i-plot muna natin siya, guys. Okay, so, we have plt. Okay guys, so kung maalala nyo itong part ng code na to, ito yung first na graph natin, or yan yung default na graph. Okay, so try muna natin siyang i-run. Display muna natin siya. So, pag ni-run natin to guys, ito po yung output. Okay, so yan yung default na graph natin kapag wala pa yung interpolation. Okay guys, so ito yung pinakita natin na graph kanina. Yung color red dito na may green na marker, that is the first graph or yan po yung default na graph natin without interpolation. Okay? So, using Lagrangian interpolation, na-compute natin yung nandito sa labas, which is yung color black. So, ngayon guys, using SciPy, ko-compute natin yan, interpolation pa rin people. So, balikan natin itong code natin ng SciPy. So, dahil kailangan na natin yung SciPy, ibig sabihin, i-import na natin siya. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin dito na SciPy guys is the interpolate na sub-library. And ang una natin gagawin guys is the 1D interpolation. So, paano nga ba natin gagawin yon? First, import muna natin si SciPy. Okay guys? So, itong part na to guys, ito yung pag-import natin ng 1D interpolation ni SciPy. So, siya po bahalang magko-compute mamaya. Mamaya makita nyo kung paano niya gagawin yan, guys. So, before natin i-show yung buong graph, guys, ilalagay na natin yung interpolation with SciPy. So, meron tayong variable f. And, ang ilalagay natin dyan is okay. So, itong variable f na to, siya yung mag-hold ng interpolation ng x array and y array. Okay? So, gagawa din ulit tayo ng bagong variable na x. Okay? So, ang value niya naman, guys, gamitin natin yung linspace. Mamaya explain natin kung ano yung mga mangyayari dito. Okay guys, kung makikita nyo itong x new, yan po yung magiging bago nating x-axis, which means meron siyang element na nag-start dun sa element ng x array natin, which is 0, and hanggang maging false po yung element ni x array. So, magiging false lang siya kapag naabot niya na yung last element, which is 5. So, ibig sabihin, yun po yung element ni x new. By default kasi guys, ang linspace, ay bibigay niya yan guys is 50 numbers starting from the given number na start hanggang dun sa ending niya. So, ibig sabihin, 50 yung laman ni x new na element. Then, we have here f variable. It will call the function interp1, which means that interpolate niya yung mga given element dun sa x array and y array. So, here, if we're going to plot it, meron tayo nung x-axis. Yun nga, sabi ko, the x new. And meron tayo nung f, parenthesis, x new. So, it will call the interpolation 1b. And ilalagay niya is yung current value ni x new. Okay, so para mahanap niya kung ano yung magiging y equivalent niya. So, dito sa second graph natin, meron tayong color na black and marker na star. Para mapantay po siya dun sa kino-compare natin na graph. So, if we're going to run this, yan po yung output niya. So, siguro nagda-doubt kayo bakit yan yung output niya. And, if we're going to look back dun sa unang output na ginagawa natin, so dito sa una guys na kino-compare natin, nag-curve yung line natin. While dun sa kino-code natin is, diretso pa rin naman. Finalo niya dun sa default line, dun sa may red. Bakit kaya ganun yung output na graph? Sa SciPy guys, meron tayong mga third property or argument ni interp. Okay? Or ni interpolation. So, meron tayong third argument which is the kind. By default, ang ginagawa niya na kind is the linear. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, padiretso yung mga line. Kasi yun yung linear graph. While kung gagamitin natin yung cubic, let's try cubic. Tapos i-run natin to. Magkapareho na po sila ng output. Okay? So para dyan sa kind, madidiscuss din natin yan later. Okay? So, let's try na baguhin yung number of point dun kay x new. So, let's say maglagay tayo dyan ng number. Yun yung third parameter naman ni linspace. We have num, which is ito yung bilang ng points or numbers na ibibigay niya para kay x new. Okay, so let's say magbigay lang siya ng 11. Tapos pag rinaf mo yan, lumiit yung bilang ng star. And kung bibilangin natin yung bilang ng star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points lang po siya. Okay? Ngayon guys, balikan natin yung code natin dun sa program na ginawa natin. So, ito yung code natin na ginamitan natin ng logic ng Lagrangian interpolation, which is, ito po yung Lagrangian interpolation. Yan po yung algorithm niya. Then next, ito naman po yung code natin na ginamitan natin ng SciPy Interpolate Library. So, pag tinanggal natin tong part na to, nung x new, and compare natin dito sa code na to with the Lagrangian interpolation, same lang po yung output niya, which is ganito po. So, if we're going to look back dun sa dalawang code natin, mamili na lang kayo doon kung ano yung mas gusto nyo na code. Using the logic of Lagrangian interpolation or using SciPy interpolate library. Let's have another example, guys. So, dito sa example natin na to, we're going to import muna lahat ng libraries na kailangan natin. Okay? So, we need the Matplotlib, the NumPy, and of course, the SciPy. After importing all the libraries, ilalagay na natin yung x-axis and y-axis natin. We use as linspace na meron siyang start na 0 hanggang 10. And meron siyang element na 11. Okay? So, mag-start ng 0 hanggang 10 yung value or the element ng x-axis. And meron siyang 11 elements because of this part. Then, for the y-axis, gumamit din tayo ng NumPy cos, which is, multiply niya yung value ng x times 2 divided by 9. Then next, we're going to have the f variable, which ito yung gagamitin natin mamaya para i-call yung interp1d and i-interpolate niya yung value ng x-axis and the y-axis. So, kung meron tayo ng f variable natin, gamitin natin yung classic na xnew para dun sa pair nung f. Okay? So, ito yung tatawagin natin or ilalagay natin dun sa parameter nung f variable. So, dito sa xnew naman guys, gumamit ulit tayo ng linspace. Same with the x-axis, start niya is 0 hanggang 10. Pero dito meron naman tayong 41 element. Para medyo magkaiba lang sila guys. Pero kung gusto nyo magkapareho yung points, pwede din namang 11. It's up to you guys, people. Okay? So after that, we're going to plot the graph. First muna natin ipa-plot is the x and y na array natin. Para makita natin kung saan nakalagay yung mga points. So, plot muna natin yung x and y, guys. If we're going to run this, ganyan po yung output. Okay? So, lagyan siguro natin siya ng marker para makita natin kung saan yung mga point. Gamitan natin siya ng marker na circle. Then, ngayon naman, guys, ipa-plot natin or isasama na natin yung interpolation natin. Okay? So, we're going to have xnew para sa isang graph natin. Yan yung x ng isang graph. And ang y niya guys is f. So, ibig sabihin, i-call niya na po yung function interp1d and i-interpolate niya po yung x and y doon. Okay? So, dito gamitan natin siya ng line style na straight. Okay, so if we're going to run this program, yan po yung output. So, kung makikita nyo, itong color blue, that is the x and y kanina, yung wala pang interpolation. Itong color orange na yan, yan na po yung interpolation natin. So, kung gusto nyo guys, lagyan natin siya ng star na marker para makita natin kung saan yung mga different points na idagdag dun sa interpolation. So, yan na po yun guys, kapag meron tayo nung star na marker. Medyo natakpan na niya yung points na color blue. Yun yung original natin na point. Okay? So, yun yung x and y. Itong mga may star, yan na po yung merong interpolation. So, if we're going to count those stars, 41 lahat yan because that is the number of element na nilagay natin dun sa linspace. The next naman, guys, i-copy and paste lang natin tong part na to. And, gawin natin siyang F2. So, magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang function call. Ang kind naman nito guys is gawin natin siyang cubic. Okay, so for comparison lang to guys. Para hindi magulo, tanggalin natin yung marker. And we're going to plot din yung F2. So, kung titignan nyo guys, yung F2 natin, same lang dun sa F variable. Okay? Ang pinakaiba lang yan guys, meron siyang kind na cubic. Then dito, lagyan natin siya ng line style na double dash. And let's try to run this program. Okay guys? So, yung color blue, yun na mga markers natin. Yan po yung walang interpolation. So, ito yung color orange dyan sa graph guys. Kung titignan nyo, wala siyang kind na parameter tulad ng F2. Pag wala siyang kind, ibig sabihin, naka-linear po siya. Pag linear, puro straight lines po yung nagdodraw niya dun sa graph. Then next, dito sa color green na to, yung double dash, yan naman po yung F2. Ang kind niya guys is cubic. So, ang cubic naman guys, it is type of interpolation, which is smooth curve yung magagawa niya. Kaya kung makikita nyo, pa-smooth curve siya. Dito lang na part, medyo may point, and dito na part. But if you're going to increase the number of points, mag-smooth curve po siya. Let's try to edit the number of points kay linspace. Let's say 61. Napansin niya na guys, medyo nag-smooth yung curve niya dito. While dun sa F, puro straight line pa rin. Okay? So, yun po yung pagkakaiba nila guys. Yung cubic, para makagawa ng interpolation na merong smooth curves, dun sa linear, andun naman yung word na line, it is a straight line. Ngayon naman guys, meron tayo nung graph na to. So, paano nga ba natin nagawa dyan? Another set of interpolation in Interp 1D is nearest, previous, and next. So, maliban dun sa cubic and linear, we also have nearest, previous, and next, where they return the nearest, previous, or next point along the x-axis. While nearest and next can be thought as a special case of casual interpolation filter. So, sa special cases lang naman guys, ginagamit itong tatlong to. Okay, so kung paano natin nagawa yan, we have this code. Inedit ko na siya guys. Okay, if you're going to observe, we have F1, 2, and 3. Tatlo po yung F natin for comparison purpose lang. Kung ayaw nyo, pwede lang din namang every now and then, baguhin nyo para makita nyo yung difference. Okay, so here we have kind na nearest, previous, and next. Same yung mga code natin, yun lang po yung naidagdag or nabago. And if you're going to observe dito sa plot, meron pa rin tayo nung default natin na X and Y list. And now, ito po yung nearest. Then ito yung previous. And ito yung next. So, if we're going to run this, ang output po niyan guys is yung nakita nyo kanina, which is ito. Okay? So, to better understand, I think dapat lagyan natin siya ng legend. Okay? So, lagyan lang natin siya ng legend para mas maintindihan natin kung asan yung nearest, previous, and next. So, now guys, i-run na po natin. So, meron tayo nung output na ito, guys. Okay, so if you're going to observe, yung mga blue, yun yung data natin. Okay, yun yung default natin, which is the X and Y. Yung color orange, that is the nearest. Yung mga color green, that is the previous. And yung color red, I think it's red or pink, na dot, that is the next. Okay, so tulad nga lang nasabi kanina, for special cases, ginagamit lang itong mga bagay na to. Okay guys, so if you want to learn more about sci-fi, of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell para updated kayo sa mga susunod na video.
So that's it guys. Kung may katanungan pa kayo, just comment down below at sasagutan natin yan isa-isa. Para sa iba pang tutorial videos, just visit this video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe at hit ang notification bell for more tutorial videos. Bye!